Hello and welcome back. My name is Liz and I'm the creator of Pen to Paper. In my last video, we talked about the research process for writing essays. If you haven't checked it out yet, make sure to take a look, for it provides a good foundation for this video. Today we're diving into an important aspect of research, how to find scholarly sources and verify if they are credible. Understanding this will help you enhance the quality of your writing and ensure your arguments are well supported and supported by credible resources. Before we jump in, I want to add a quick disclaimer. Every student has their own approach to finding sources, and what works for one person may not work for another. The steps I'm sharing today have been effective for me, but feel free to adjust them to fit your own research style. So let's talk about finding scholarly sources. Scholarly sources are written by experts in a field and are often peer-reviewed. They can include journal articles, books, and conference papers. Let's go over some effective ways to find them. Start by using academic databases such as JSTOR, PubMed, or ProQuest. These platforms host a wealth of peer-reviewed articles and research papers. Note that most databases are subscription-based. However, your institution or library may have a subscription. Additionally, I have used the UCSB or UC Santa Barbara Library website, which has an alphabetical list of many databases that should still be accessible. Emphasis on still. Also, Google Scholar is a great source to do a Google-based search on academic resources. Second, check your library's catalog. Use your school or local library's online catalog to find books and other scholarly materials. Many libraries have a section specifically for academic or scholarly sources. Third, explore university websites. Look for research published by universities. Many institutions host online repositories where faculty and students publish their work. These are often credible and well-researched. Fourth, as I mentioned previously, utilize Google Scholar. Google Scholar is a fantastic tool for finding scholarly articles. Simply enter your topic and filter results to include only articles and papers. Make sure to check the Cited By feature to gauge the impact of the work. Fifth, follow references. If you find an article you like that you're going to include information from in your paper, if you check its references, you can probably find more related articles that will provide information also useful to you. Sixth is literature. You can use in hand as well, or the digital version of encyclopedias, reference books, textbooks, and other scholarly works. When finding resources online, scholarly sources are found in journals the majority of the time, hence the journal article citation discussed in previous videos. And finally, other online sources. You can use websites that end in .edu, .gov, or .org. You can use news sources with first-hand reporting, research-oriented magazines, and so on. Now that you've found some sources, how do you verify if they are truly scholarly? Let's discuss some criteria to consider. I will be applying this criteria to two examples. My first example will be of a web page, and my second will be of a journal article from the database. Here, I'm going to look at the web page article, 9 Unique Benefits of Coffee. My first criteria is the author credentials. Look for the author's qualifications. Are they experts in the field? Check their academic background and any other works they've published. So this source has an author named Rachel Ajmera, who's an MS and RD. So now let's look at her bio. Here I can see that Rachel Ajmera, MSRD, is a registered dietitian and health writer who is passionate about plant-based nutrition and achieving better health by balancing time between the kitchen and the gym. She has an undergraduate degree at the University of Central Missouri and received her master's degree from New York University. So this bio gives us a little bit about her education and her career. Next, I'll be looking at the publication type. I will ensure the source is published in a peer-reviewed journal or by a reputable publisher. This is a health-focused website, and I can see in the description that this was reviewed by another dietitian and nutritionist who focuses on food choices and other health information on food. So I can see that this has been peer-reviewed by an expert and has been evaluated and approved before its publication. Now I'm going to look at the citations. Usually a scholarly source should have a bibliography or a list of references that indicates the author has researched and built upon existing knowledge. The author cites several studies that supports her claims throughout the whole study. And they're all from PubMed Central, so that is a government organization website and is reputable in this area. Next, I'll skim the article to see if it has an objective tone. Scholarly writing is typically formal and objective, so look for sources that present information and analysis without bias or personal opinions. This would maybe look like a political agenda or just an agenda of any type. Maybe the researcher is trying to make money off of this, or you can tell there's bias. Here, the author just wrote this in a very generalized tone. She mostly just cites studies. It has a very scientific tone about it. Next, look at the publication date. I can see that this was made in February 23rd of 2023, or at least updated. So that means this is pretty recent. Depending on your topic, the publication date matters. In fast-evolving fields like technology or medicine, which this falls under that umbrella, look for the most recent studies. In other areas, older works might still hold some value. And make sure your source is actually relevant to the topic at hand. If I was writing an article or a paper about maybe different foods that have effects on our health, I might include this. So now I'm going to look at a journal article called Sensory Overlap for Specific Memories Only Matters for Poor Memory Traces. My first criteria, which is the author credentials. There are several authors for this article, which I researched previously, and they all have degrees related to this field and have made several other publications related to this, so they are credible. Now next is my publication type. This is posted on Gale Academic One file. Now Gale is a database that holds thousands of academic resources and scholarly sources, so it should be trusted in publication regards. And then the publisher of the journal itself is the University of Finance and Management in Warsaw, which is a peer-reviewed journal and is reputable. Next is citations. If I scroll to the bottom of this article, I can see there are several citations that are traceable. And then if there's an objective tone, I skim the article and I can tell that they have a more scientific formal tone. So I can see that this is very general and doesn't have any agenda. Then the publication date. This was published in March of 2023. Now, given that this is psychology related and psychology is a constantly evolving field, March 2023 is pretty recent. You should be a note on the publication date. You should be at least looking at articles from the past 10 years, like maximum. If it's beyond that, depending on the field, it may not be credible anymore. And if you're curious to see if it's still credible, I would research to see if there has been any updated information since then. And then make sure your source is actually relevant to the topic at hand. Now, say I was writing about memory, this article would obviously be good evidence to support that. Following these steps will help you find and verify scholarly sources, enhancing the credibility of your research. In my next video, I'll discuss how to integrate these sources into your writing effectively. I'm Liz, and this is Pen to Paper. Thank you for watching.